Alright, good afternoon everybody. We're going to do a room review for Starfish, Jibacoa now. So that's the view from my room. They're all ground level bungalows. That's my room there, 3304. As you can see, there's a nice little porch. Couple chairs. You get your standard room card. You get anywhere in the world. And let's see what the rooms are like. Lights are off, so hopefully this will adjust, but nice king size bed, brand new, very comfortable mattress, little table and chair, small flat screen TV with very limited channels, but that's fine. Big closet with, if you want to have it, there's a safe there for you. You get a mini bar or a mini fridge, nothing in it. You'll always get a 1.5 liters of water every day. Dailies, you got to bring your own. Power, the outlets are just like North America, so you don't need a converter thing unless you're from Europe or something like that. Bathroom, well, you got a sink, you got a toilet, and a good sized shower. Water pressure varies from room to room, but the water's always hot. There's a solar panel on the top for that, and you got a drying rack if you bring clothes you want to wash by hand. In my case, I'm just drying out my snorkeling equipment. You get a hair dryer, and as you can see, there's a 240 volt, so you can unplug the fridge or plug it in at normal voltage. But like I said, the water is very hot, and the pressure, good enough. You know, it shows a bit of wear, but I mean the building's from the 50s, so what do you want? Air conditioning up there that works just fine. A bit of art, and like I said, big bed. And as usual, you'll get some towel art. Looks like I've got a puffer fish. So that's what you get if you come here for a room. Some rooms have 2 beds, but mine only has 1 because I'm by myself. So that's the room review for Starfish, Jibacoa. Hopefully it helps you and gives you some information. It's not a bad place at all. Alright, last day, last meal in fact, and I realized I hadn't done anything on the food here. Well, it's excellent. 4 or 5 stations. This station is salad and cheese and ham. Sometimes they have chicken or prosciutto or something like that. But all good, and they've got some condiments you can add. The salad's really not too crazy, but really good fresh tomatoes. The tomatoes are really nice, all local grown. And you know, some cabbage, some greens, beets. The beets are canned, but nothing wrong with it. Hot stations. Well, you got 2 types of rice, 2 types of soup, 2 types of pasta. Usually a big fried rice. This gentleman here will do you up a hamburger or pork or beef. There was chicken last week, but no chicken. It's Cuba. And you can just pick what you want cut, and some hamburger buns. And we've got some yucca, cooked tomatoes, plantain, a few different types of fish, some liver, pork meat, and beef in a sauce. Over here, always fresh bread daily. Delicious bread, different types. It's my last day, so I took a hoagie or 2, cut it in half, used some of the cheese and ham to make a big sandwich for the airport. Over here we have fresh fruits, papaya, guava, and then juices of each as well. More fruit. Here we have some desserts, ice cream. Over here, hello chef. And this is the chicken station, so they'll do, or sorry, no, the fish station, sorry, bracho, sorry. Yeah, fish station, and they'll do that up right for you. And then the lovely dessert station. The chefs here are excellent. It's all yummy, it's all good. So, people complain about the food in Cuba. There's really nothing to complain about. The choices may be somewhat limited, but you'll also get beer with your meal or water, what you want. So, you can't complain. If you do complain, there's a problem with you, not the food. Anyways, that's the lunchtime food review for Starfish Jibacoa in the main dining room. Time to go. In more ways than one. Back home now. Anyways, all the best. One of the big topics is money. To bring American money, to bring Cuban money, to bring Canadian money or euros. So you can change an official rate here at the front desk. Like I said, I just asked. The official rate to exchange American dollars is 150 Cuban pesos per American dollar. Excuse me. For Canadian money, you will get 110 Cuban pesos per dollar. Now, Cuban money, well, can you spend it? Yeah, as you see in the videos about the restaurants and stuff like that and the difference you pay. But like I said, the official rate, 120 or 150, Canadian American rather. There's an unofficial rate as well that you can get on the street. And the best way to check that is to go online to a website. Just Google El-Toque, E-L-T-O-Q-U-E, El-Toque, like we would wear on our heads in the winter, made of wool. I don't know if they know what a toque is, but that's the website, and they will list the unofficial exchange rate. So for example, the unofficial exchange rate, when I changed my money with a Cuban friend, unofficially it was 270. So one American dollar got you 270 Cuban pesos. These things fluctuate, so I actually got 250 Cuban pesos per American dollar, which is 100 extra Cuban pesos per dollar. So quite a bit more. You don't need to have Cuban money. You can pay in dollars, euros, pounds. But if you see the video that we showed the restaurant up the road, you can make quite a savings by paying in Cuban pesos, like a big savings. If you've not seen the video, please go look at it. But just a quick price breakdown. A lovely, delicious pina colada with alcohol would cost you $5 Canadian. I think it was $4 US or €3. Maybe it was 3 American, 3 euro. No, I think it was 4. €4, 4 US, 5 Canadian. But if you pay in Cuban pesos, it will cost you 300 Cuban pesos for that same drink. And if you do the math, and you get 250 Cuban pesos per 1 American dollar, that 300 Cuban peso drink is going to cost you just over $1 as opposed to 5 or 4. So it's up to you. The only caveat or warning is don't exchange too much Cuban pesos. Take what you need, maybe a small bit at a time, unless you want to go crazy. Like we did yesterday in that video where I had to spend my big wad. And the reason to not take too much out or exchange too much is it's almost impossible to exchange from Cuban pesos back into foreign currency. You can ask other tourists, but the Cubans aren't interested. So there's your word of warning. There's your little bit on the money. Choose what you want. I think really your best bet, even with an exchange rate in Canada, if you're coming from Canada, to go to the bank and buy American money, you're still going to be ahead when it comes to Cuban pesos, just because the exchange rate is that much more in favor of the American dollar. So there's that. I hope that was informative and useful. All the best. Also at the resort, they have a little store. And you can buy stuff, obviously. And the air conditioning works. So you got your artwork, your shorts, in case you forgot your shorts, bathing suits. Now the prices here are all in American. So for example, this made in China hat is $3.09. Baseball hats, $7. And that's, like I said, US. You can buy saltine crackers, $2.82 US for some crackers. You can also buy coffee, ground coffee, not beans. Now, I mentioned in another video that they ran out of coffee in the hotel, so me and another Canadian needed our coffee, so we came over and bought a bag of coffee, and brought a little bit of capitalism to Cuba because we were then selling coffees. But anyways, booze as well. All, like I said, all in American money. So a 700 ml bottle of Jameson's, $30 US. Different scotches. Cider, Spanish cider. It's very sweet. $3.30. 26 are Absolute vodka. 26 Polish vodka. 25. Howell's Spirit with whiskey. Interesting. $5. That's got to be high-end stuff. Beefeater Gin 1760 and tequila, various ones. If you want some olives, $2.40. More cider. They have some Big C, which is apple juice, I'm guessing. $2.30 a liter. American, remember. Beer, not bad. Crystal Extra, $1 each. Special traditional beer, 60 cents each. And you can also get them in the cooler there. And then you have your Cuban rub. There'll be some of the Havana Club here that you might not be able to find at home, but you can also find it in the liquor store. So, for example, this 3-year-old, which is good for mixed drinks, and I think it's a liter. Yeah, it's a liter for $11.96. But if you just want a Twix, it's $10. Remember, for customs, you're only allowed 1.4 liters. So if you're buying 2-liter bottles, you better declare it because you might have a bad customs experience. Some higher end rum. This stuff is Ron Extra, and I think 5 years. San Diego Ron de Cuba, $62.25 US. A bit pricey. And that's the other thing is you have to pay with your credit card. So if you have a Canadian credit card, because American ones won't work, you'll be getting charged American money plus the exchange rate that your bank wants to go. They do have some pretty cool and inexpensive. So we've got liqueurs, triple sec, orange liqueur. These are only $2.96 US. Some pretty delicious banana liqueur. And then there's a couple of bottles of Spanish wine. I think either Spanish or Chilean. The 2021 Campo Viejo Rioja, red wine, Tempranillo, and it's definitely Spanish. $16.15 US. The white, $15.50. So not cheap for the wine. And you can get your usual crap that no one, well, I guess some people want it, but not really interesting. You can get some flip-flops, some beach towels. A pair of flip-flops is going to cost you $4.85 US. Over here we've got more knickknacks, some pool inflatables if you want to take it into the pool or the water. Oh, you even have a Aquaflow Sport snorkel for $9.93, but I guarantee that's going to be crap. Ginch, if you want some Ginch, $7 US for some tidy whiteys, but they're gray. Soap, a single bar of Dove soap is going to cost you $2.30 US. Perfumes, not really going to get into the prices on those, but they seem to range from $4 to 20 something. Suntan lotion, so if you forget your suntan lotion, you can still buy it here, but there's no prices on the suntan lotion, which doesn't really make me feel good. They do have cigarettes. Cigarettes are cheap, but they taste like shit, so if you like to smoke, bring your own. And they do have a slight selection of tobacco cigars, and those would be like mini tobacco, mini 50s, and there's definitely not 50 in there, it's probably 20, but that's $35 US. Little Monte Cristo, that's probably got 5. Well, it says 20, there's 20 in there, so it'd be little tiny skinny ones. Or you can get, for a little bit more, you can get a Cohiba brand. So really not a great selection of cigars here. If you want cigars, there's a walk-in humidor at the 4-star resort next door, but its selection is not as big as it used to be. So that's that end of the store. There is another end here, which we'll go check out now, I think anyways. And I think this would be more products like clothes and souvenirs. Yeah, it's clothes and souvenirs. And voila. We won't go into it. Well, we can. What the hell? But you can buy some masks. 25 US for Spider-Man. I'm assuming the prices. Oh, hang on. Are these in? This is CUP? This store is CUP, so Cuban pesos. So obviously less selection. Well, let's have a look at these shoes. Well, feels like leather. And this is 2,700 Cuban pesos for a pair of boots. If you want to do the math, just divide by 250 for the unofficial rate. You can buy a knockoff little bag. So it's, let's see, you can get sheets. Sheets are 31.50. More hats, work clothes, 1,800 CUP, divided by 250. Pretty thin. Don't know what the quality is like, probably made in China. So, I didn't know that there was a Cuban peso stores for the Cubans or someone who has changed their money. So, if you forget a bit of bits and pieces, or you want to buy some duty-free before you go, or not duty-free because it's probably the same price in the duty-free at the airport, we'll check that out. But the store is there if you want it or need it. And it's not far from the lobby. You don't have to walk that far. One more look around, and from, you can't really see it, but up there, that's the dining hall where you eat your food. Pool bars down there. Lobby bar is obviously attached to the lobby. And once again, another shot of those beautiful mountains. And I don't know if it's picking it up, but flying up there are turkey vultures, which we have back home as well. Obviously not the same ones, they don't make the commute, but same species here as there. So that was a quick tour of the tienda or store.